let's have a little snack. I have tuna in light mayonnaise. This is from Kosher ration, and because we don't have any kind of bread here, this cheese oat biscuits also from Kosher ration. I have also fruit explosion. This one is apple mango banana flavor, and something to drink, which is tropical fruit drink powder. Let's go ahead with this fruit puree. This is actually made in Belgium, and it is really convenient to squeeze this directly in your mouth, but I want to show you. Has a bit strange color, I have to say. Well, but let's try. A really nice combination of mango and banana, very tasty. A bit sweet, but really tasty. Now this tuna in light mayonnaise by ORP, made in Thailand. 85 grams, something like 130 calories. Let's try this oat cheese crackers. Really dry and crunchy, and you have a bit cheese aftertaste, but mainly these are just like dried oat flakes. Now the tuna. This is excellent. This is just smooth tuna, but you can see the flakes, so it's not minced tuna, and it is enough salt, enough smoothness, enough spices. Very good set. Now let's have it on this cracker or this oat biscuit. The oat biscuit doesn't add much to the flavor, but adds a lot of crunchiness, which makes this combination really pleasant. Now let's have a sip of this tropical beverage. This is half of the amount, because this is for half a liter. It was made by the Beyond the Beaten Track company, and I have a comparison because today I also drank an ORP tropical drink, and that one was a bit better, so a bit more natural. It's a slightly artificial, but quite decent. Not too sweet, quite refreshing when you are thirsty. This is the right amount of tartness and sweetness inside. For my lunch I've chosen the main from the halal version of UK ORP. This is halal chicken and dal, so chicken with lentils, and we have Typhoon tea and this little mixed dried fruits nougat, also from the halal version, because this is not so common in the rations, except French rations. I will put it in hot water and will taste this, I hope, wonderful meal. So we are ready. Let's open this main. It was made in the UK and contains 16% of chicken breast, 15% of onions and 13% of red lentils. 300 grams. Lovely smell. Let's start with the main dish. It has a wonderful smell of cumin. A couple of big chicken breast cubes. A lot of lentils. I'll try everything at once. Well, it was a good choice. Usually these dishes which are somehow connected with Indian or Arab cuisine are really good. So this is a bit spicy, and salty enough, really well seasoned. These red lentils are cooked, so they actually fall apart and make kind of paste. So it is really pleasant to eat, and it's something like creamy. I can put maybe a bit of this hot sauce here, but actually it is not needed. Now let's have a sip of this Typhoon Coffee Tea, Typhoon. Maybe not the best, but quite decent tea. Has a wonderful bitter smell, like this tea bitterness, a bit tart, so quite decent. Now this nougat, I told you that it's, for me it remains the French rations, and actually I checked the label because it is made in France, French delicacy. Well, it's not my favorite dessert normally, but this one is quite good because of the dried fruits. There are so many of them that really it has kind of taste. I don't like these nougats when they are just chewy and sweet and nothing else, but this, due to the amount of this dried fruits, is really good. As you know, I have opened 3 rations, 3 24-hour rations, so I will not make 9 meals out of it because it will be too much, but there are some really interesting dishes inside, so I want to try the most interesting items. One of them is the part of the halal ration, which is tomato and basil soup. Overall, the soups are not so frequent in rations. You can meet it sometimes in Russian rations or in Kazakh rations, but this is not very common. So I am really interested how this tomato and basil soup look like and taste like. 40% of tomatoes, which is something promising, and onion, tomato puree, rapeseed oil, and so on. I will put it in warm water and will have a taste. This is the tomato soup. Well, you can see this is quite thick, a bit of fat, I mean oil on the surface. You can see herbs and chunks of tomatoes. Looks really good, smells excellent. Let's try. The taste is a bit on the sweet side, and also you can taste the vegetable fat here, but it's really a rich taste, so nothing like instant soup, so quite good. For me it could have some more spiciness to it, but if you want it, you have this. So absolutely, this pepper sauce will make this so as hot as you want. So I will probably add a bit of this spicy sauce to the soup, but anyway, I would eat it with pleasure. The next dish I want to try is chicken Arrabiata. This comes from the kosher version of the rations. The Arrabiata as a dish can be translated as mad or furious, and this is because normally it is quite spicy, so you have a lot of chili here, and this kind of pasta is normally spicy. We'll check it out if it's also so spicy and mad, and I will put it in the hot water now. Our dish is ready. It contains 4 main ingredients. One is pasta, the second is chicken breast, and we have also tomato paste and mushrooms. We have here a long pasta, which is really soft, as you can see. Of course, we have herbs and some other additions, and I have here a small piece of chicken. let's try. It's quite a decent dish. The pasta is of course overcooked and very soft, but well, this is normal in canned dishes. And the sauce is has a lot of taste of chicken to it, and not so mad spicy. You have a bit of spiciness, but overall it's a thick, meaty sauce with just a hint of tomato. So now let me finish this tasty dish. We have two more mains that I really want to try. In the regular ration we have this one, which is tuna beef pasta, and in the kosher version we have this one, which is Mexican tuna with pasta. Actually this is tuna bean, and this also contains beans and corn and other ingredients, but they are maybe similar but really not the same. So I'm really curious how it will taste like and how it will look like. I will start with this one, the regular one, tuna bean pasta. I will heat it up in a minute, but what do we have inside? We have 24% of tuna, green peas, we have pasta, what else? Soybeans, red kidney beans, sugar, water, rice flour, vinegar, citric acid, and so on and so on. So, spices. I will heat it up and we'll check it in a minute. We have our dish ready. Both dishes are made in Thailand, but this one is branded by ORP and the other one is branded by the Beyond the Beaten Track. As you can see, we have spiral pasta, tuna flakes, soybeans and red beans. Looks really interesting, and a bit of juice. So I am really hungry now. Let's taste everything at once. I must admit that it's really excellent. So the main flavor is of course the tuna, the big tuna flakes, and we have a slightly taste of lemon here, and maybe a bit of tomato, and we have a lot of oil. This is actually oily, so this is a fatty dish, and actually this fat really bumps this flavor up. So very good. You can add a bit of pepper maybe here, but also without pepper it's excellent. Well, something wrong has happened just to my camera, so I cannot see the picture, so I am afraid that it is really something serious. So I will continue using my smartphone, and let's compare the other version of the tuna pasta, which is from the kosher ration, and this is Mexican tuna pasta. As you can see, we have corn here and some bell pepper. This is also made in Thailand, and on the first look it looks so the same kind of pasta, the same kind of tuna flakes. Maybe this is the same company which has made it, and the same kind of oil. Let's take everything at once. The taste is pretty much the same. One difference is that it has more chili inside, so it is a more spicy dish. But really the taste is really good. At the end, let's have a closer look on one of these kosher dishes, and this is beans in tomato sauce, but in this version you have also potatoes here. So this is kind of maybe lunch dish, not a breakfast dish. Smells very nice. It's really thick, and let's try. It has a really mild and a bit sweet taste to it, and it's it's just like the beans in tomato sauce, but really sweet. You have of course tomatoes here, but just a bit, and you cannot taste actually this tartness from tomatoes. So I think a good addition will be this pepper sauce, and then it will be excellent. So thank you for watching. This was the review, a comparison of 3 UK ORP 24-hour rations: regular, halal and kosher. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next reviews. Bye.